I had a great summation all worked out with some sharp lawyering, but I'm not going to read it. I'm here to apologize. I am young and I am inexperienced, but you cannot hold Carly Haley responsible for my shortcomings. You see, in all this legal maneuvering, something has gotten lost. That something is the truth. Now it is incumbent upon us lawyers not to just talk about the truth, but to actually seek it, to find it, to live it. My teacher taught me that. Let's take Dr. Bass for example. Now obviously I would never knowingly put a convicted felon on the stand. I hope you can believe that. But what is the truth? That he's a disgraced liar? What if I told you that the woman he was accused of raping was 17, he was 23, she later became his wife, bore his child, and still married to the man today? Does that make his testimony more or less true? What is it in us that seeks the truth? Is it our minds or is it our heart? I set out to prove a black man could receive a fair trial in the South, that we are all equal in the eyes of the law. That's not the truth. Because the eyes of the law are human eyes, yours and mine, and until we could see each other as equals, justice is never going to be even-handed. It will remain nothing more than a reflection of our own prejudices. So until that day, we have a duty under God to seek the truth, not with our eyes, not with our mind, where fear and hate turn commonality into prejudice, but with our hearts, where we don't know better. Now I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes while I tell you the story. I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to yourselves. Go ahead, close your eyes, please. This is a story about a little girl walking home from the grocery store one sunny afternoon. I want you to picture this little girl. Suddenly a truck races up. Two men jump out and grab her. They drag her to a nearby field. They tie her up. They rip her clothes from her body. Now they climb on, one and the other, raping her, shattering everything innocent and pure with a vicious thrust in a fog of drunken breath and sweat. And after they're done, killing her tiny womb, murdering any chance for her to bear children, to have life beyond herself, they decide to use her for target practice. They start throwing full beer cans at her. They throw them so hard that it tears her flesh all the way to her bones. Then they urinate on her. Now comes the hanging. They have a rope. They tie a noose. Now imagine the noose going tight across her neck, and then with a sudden blinding jerk, she's lifted up into the air. Her feet go kicking. They don't find the ground. The hanging branch isn't strong enough. It snaps and she falls back to the earth. So they pick her up, they throw her in the back of the truck, and drive her out to Foggy Creek Bridge. Pitch her over the edge. She falls some 30 feet down to the creek bottom below. Can you see her? Her raped, beaten, broken body, soaked in their urine, soaked in their semen, soaked in her blood, left to die. Can you see her? I want you to picture that little girl. Now imagine she's white.